Hello everyone. Now that you've successfully installed Unity 6, it's time to dive into the editor itself, and this is where all the magic will happen. The Unity editor is your playground where creativity meets technical execution. And I do know it seems complex or maybe even overwhelming at first, but once you get to understand its key components, it becomes a powerful tool for bringing your game ideas to life. And today in this video we will explore how to navigate the Unity editor and its tools effectively. So let's get started. I opened up a project. It's the project that I created in my previous video on installing the hub and Unity 6. If you don't have this specific project, don't worry. Just go to your hub and create a new project. Just make sure it's using a 2D format or template, because we will be working in a 2D environment in this video. I opened it up and let's just have a closer look at what we're seeing right now. You see a lot of different panels. And right in the center, or almost in the center of it, is the scene view. And this is really your interactive workspace where you will design and build your game world. You can move objects, you can add objects, remove objects, adjust their positioning, well, basically everything that you want or can imagine. And this is really where your creativity takes shape. Whether you're placing the characters or designing levels or fine-tuning environments. At this moment, however, it's still very empty, so let's change that and add a game object to the scene. And then keep in mind, Unity has got different ways of doing things, and what I'm about to show you right now is just one of the ways. But let's go to the menu to Game Object. Select 2D object, sprite and square. And now you see several things that just happened. First of all, of course, there's a square visible in the scene view. But also on the right side, here in this game view panel, a square popped up. And the game view window really is where it is being displayed what your player is seeing whenever they play the game. So the scene view is where you build, and the game view really is where you test. Let's hit the game button or the play game button. And as you can see, my whole screen is now changed into the game view window. And that's something I don't really like. So let's select play focused here. And if we now hit the play button again, what you will see is that all the other panels will still be visible, whilst also the game view window is active. What you probably notice is that my screen turned green, and that's really to distinguish the regular scene view mode versus the game view mode. And I can really recommend you to also change the coloring. If you do want to do that, just go to Edit, Preferences, Colors, and select the Play Mode tint. And with the color picker you can basically select any color that you like or prefer. But it really helps you to make that distinction between playing around in your scene view versus testing in your game view. Now another thing that happened once we introduced the square is that here in the hierarchy window, the square object was added as well. And this is the hierarchy window. and this really keeps track of all the objects that are currently in your scene. Every item in your game, from your main character to background elements, they're all listed here. And also, if we select the square and we look at the right, we can see the inspector window. And the inspector window really provides detailed information about any selected object. And this is where you can fine-tune properties such as the position or its rotation or the size of the object. If the object has a script attached to it, the inspector allows you to modify the variables if they're made public. And really, the inspector window is a crucial tool for tweaking your gameplay mechanics. And there's two more panels. There's the project panel and the console panel. Within the project window or project panel, this is where you have like a file manager system. Everything that you import, the textures, the models, audio files, scripts, whatever, it all resides here. And the console window, that's your personal debugging assistant, displaying messages, warnings, errors, and it can help you to troubleshoot issues. At this moment our game is of course lacking some interactivity, so let's add a script, and we'll do that by going to the asset part of the project window, right click, select create, go to scripting and select mono behavior script. And what you see now is that it added a script here. Let's call it player mover. Hit return, so it prepares the script for a very first time. It compiles it, although the script itself is still empty at this moment. We select the script, click our left mouse button and drag it to the square, and then release the mouse button. And in the inspector window you can see it added the script. I added it twice by accident, so let's remove one. Let's open up the player mover script, select everything in there, delete it, and copy paste something that I prepared in advance. I will add this code in a comment beneath this video, so you can just copy it and paste it in as well. I will not explain anything about this script at this stage. I will do so in a later video. At this moment it's sufficient to know that this will just move your square. Let's save it. Bring it down and it starts to compile the script. Let's make sure the script was added to the square, and it is. Let's hit the play button. And you should be able to move the square now with your arrow keys, yep, or with your A, S, D keys and your W key. So let's stop this. Let's go back to the script real quick and then remove this part. Go down. And I forgot to save it, so let's save it, go down, and what you will notice now is that in the console window there's actually an error message saying there's no argument given that corresponds to the required formal parameter of y, and this is why your console window or panel is so useful. It tells you if there's something going wrong, what is going wrong. And if you try to compile or play your game, it says it won't. All compiler errors need to be resolved. So let's go back to Visual Studio, add a variable again, save it, wait for it to compile in Unity. The error message is gone. If we go to the play mode, we can play again a bit. Now you have a basic understanding of the Unity editor, and it is time to just start experimenting. The skills you've learned here form the foundation of everything that you will create, and in the next video I will explain some more key features of the editor. If you have any questions in the meantime, ask away. See you then. Bye bye.